So in regards to my life and this class and thinking back about intersectionality, I had a hard time thinking of a situation. The only thing I could come up with is there was a girl in my graduating class. Her name was Crystal, and she just so happened to be the only black girl in my whole entire school. Luckily, I don't think she got profiled a lot. She fit right in, but she was always referred to as the black girl. I don't know how that affected her or if it affected her. I'm sure that it did, but she hung out with all white people, obviously, her being the only black girl in our school, and carried on the features of the white kids in our school. The one topic that I thought was really interesting through this whole thing, not that I relate to it at all, but I found it interesting and intriguing, was sex work. I mean, you've heard about prostitutes and strippers and all these different types of sex workers. But what struck me was in the movie Saturday Church, how easily Ulysses was drawn into sex work when he ran away from home. I don't know what the time frame was in regards to the movie, but it felt like he left home and the next day he was offering up his body for money because he had nothing. So it just gets me wondering, at what point of desperation in somebody's life does the thought of sex work become okay? How low do you have to be? I don't even know necessarily if you have to be low. Maybe it's just that desperation of, I need something to eat. I'm cold. I'm hungry. I'm scared. And all of a sudden, sex work just doesn't seem that bad. I don't know. As far as articles, I recently saw something on CNN that a judge, in regards to LA's Skid Row, just passed a judgment yesterday, actually on the 20th, saying that by the fall of 2021, so this fall, all homeless people that live in Skid Row have to be offered some sort of housing. I found this very interesting because I've watched several documentaries on Skid Row. It's something that's intrigued me. On social media, I've seen a few clips and videos here and there just about the different types of people that live on Skid Row and how they got there. What I didn't know in this article was that how many people lived on Skid Row. I think it was like 66,000 people are homeless in LA County. And they're living in tents on the side of the road. They're living under overpasses, and it's really affecting the citizens and the businesses in that area. I mean, I don't know if I would feel too comfortable going into a store with a whole bunch of tents right beside it, because you don't know what type of person that is. These people that live on Skid Row, they are judged and they are put into a group. There are prejudice held against them. Everybody assumes because you're homeless, you're a drug addict. Everybody assumes if you're homeless that you're lazy. These discriminations and assumptions of what these people are isn't right. Maybe they lost their job. Maybe they were going through a hardship. Maybe they lost a loved one and couldn't cope and ended up out there. My plan of action is actually something that is so far away from what my normal day-to-day life is. Transsexuality is not a common thing in my life daily. I live in a small rural town in Indiana, but I do follow it on social media and within the news, and I just struggle with the inequalities. Jazz Jennings, a young girl that from an early age wanted to transition because she knew she was a girl when she was born as a boy, wasn't allowed to play softball because she was a boy. She wasn't allowed to play girls softball. I know early in the semester we talked about the female athletes that had to go through all these different testings for to see how much testosterone they had in their body. Really, ultimately, I think that all those transgender people should be able to play sports. If a woman starts taking testosterone to transition into a man, she's going to become stronger. She's going to have, the testosterone is going to filter into her body. Same with a male transitioning to female. Estrogen hormones are going to make that person more feminine. So that includes loss of muscle mass, strength and things like that. So my goal, my plan of action is to advocate for those people. Even in rural Indiana, I feel like my voice could be heard. And anytime I see something close to home where I can go and support these type of people, I'm going to do so. I've enjoyed this class. I've enjoyed learning a lot of things I thought I knew about, but maybe learning more in depth. It's been very interesting and beneficial. Thank you.